If you're seeing this video now, it means that court date has gone. And here's how it went. So I got to this place early, wasted basically a whole day, and went into the courtroom after they called this person's name. This person scared me to court. And this person was a complete no show. And the worst part about it all, one of the line accusations that they put on the summons, the affidavit, was that the child is not going to school when the child is in my care. Yet the same person who is accusing me of not sending the child to school is the same person who has had the child for months now, and the child has not been to school since. But I got a new court date, and that's way in October. So while this accusation is out against me, with these people clearly he's running, he feels like if he drags this out, he will delay his judgment. But he's going to get it. He's going to get it, right? He's going to get what he deserves. All his hard work that he's putting in, he's going to get what he has sown for, right? Right now, all I want is for them demons that I gave access to my life when I was not awake spiritually. Yeah, that though although the demons, they some of them clearly they refuse to admit defeat and leave. They want to stick around and try to reattach and fight and bring me down, but I cut them off. I have cut them off, and they still try to stick around in the form of a narcissistic ex, right? And now he's just using the child as leverage. He might not want it to look that way, but it is. Because how can you carry someone to court saying that they are not carrying the child to school when in their care, but you're the one who has the child? The other thing, you say the child is not doing speech therapy. He's the one that has the child. So if the speech therapy date, which has come and gone, and then now the child cannot go to speech therapy because they're not going to give me any more date because I do not have the child. You feel me? So I'm supposed to sit here until October and let time run off again after they done wasted 2 months of my time already. From his Since his father took him in May, this child has not been to school. And how ironic is it that I am the one whose name has been carried down to the family court, slandering and made up stories saying that I am the person who is not carrying the child to school, when indeed he is the one who is not carrying the child to school. Right? I'm not sorry for all those people who are going to hold on. Aren't you ashamed of yourselves for being on his side? Seeing what's going on now, and it's obviously clear right before your eyes that he has been faking all this time. Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? All the stories that you sat and you listened to that he told you about me. Aren't you ashamed? Aren't you ashamed to look at the side that you supported and see that okay, the side you supported is the lying side that's actually running now, trying to draw things out as best as they can? Because they are trying to get me to crawl back to the disrespect and the toxicity, because he knows that he's using the child as leverage. He doesn't give a shit about that child. He never did. Anybody can pay money to say I am funding something, but that don't mean they care about it or they love it. Men do it all the time. How many times you see men come on these podcasts and say, "Oh, I don't like my wife. I never like my wife." And a lot of these dudes are married 10, 15, 20 years to come on podcasts and say that they never loved their wife. They don't love their wives. But they spend money and their money finances their household. Yet they don't love their wives. I am telling you, you can't spend money on somebody and don't love them. And a lot of these dads, um, at the end of the day, they they will spend money on their children just like they spend money on women, and they don't love them at all. It's just transactional. It's just so that they could keep up their title. It's just to keep up the image. It's image control. They don't give a shit about the children. They don't give a shit about their wives. They only care about themselves and their image. Well, as I've said, did I say it? Yes, the narcissist was a no-show, so the court date is dragged on again for months, right? And then the same accusations that the narcissist was accusing me of, the narcissist himself is the one that is doing it. He said the child's not going to school while the child is in my care. He's the one that's sending the child to schools because he's been having the child. He kidnapped the child since he said he came to spend some time with the child, and he did not carry the child back. He did not care about the child. That's why I'm doing these videos, so it can be proven that I was sending out information that I do not have my child, and everybody in the community sees. I have not had my child since May, right? Well, that's the update, right? That's the update. I don't know. I don't see how far he intends to get with all of this. I don't see what's the point? Because if you're going through all of this to for somebody to crawl themselves back into your life, to stay into your life and tolerate disrespect, because you never change, they never change, he never changes, right? And because of him, I've lost a lot of people. So why would I want him to remain in my life, to have access to me? No, he has to go. He has to go. And I'm not leaving my child behind because his family is messed up. They're going to mess up the child. His mother had one chance, one opportunity to grow the two sons them into respectable fine men, and she failed. So what is he gonna do? Take the child and give it to his mother to grow my child? She failed to grow hers. She has two other grandsons from one of her other handicapped son. She can take one of those or two of them and go fuck them up. It's part of my language. She can go take those two and mess up their heads, right? I'm not leaving my child with none of them whack jobs, right? They're demon possessed. And I don't have to apologize for any of that because they see and know this. Anyways, that's it for now. So I guess anybody have any, well, apart from well, maybe the best thing right now is just to get a lawyer and just go full custody and just call it a day, right? Yeah, just get a lawyer, go full custody, and tell some people, just leave me alone, leave me alone, because this is why I see a lot of women. Obviously, this is why a lot of the women, they just grab their children and run, because most of these men, they don't know how to let go. They don't know how to let go. The problem that they're saying, oh, it's the woman, it's the woman, it's the woman, but they are the ones going around looking women. They are the ones going around bringing women into relationships with them. They're the ones going around pretending to be what they are not. And then when it doesn't work out, they are the ones who find it hard to let go. and then do stuff and make it seem like, oh, that's not what I did it for. That's not why I am doing it. I care about the child. No, you don't. Because if you cared about the child, you would not carry someone's name to court and tell lies on them. If it was only about the child, you would not have time to be making up stories about somebody. You would actually sit down and tell the truth. But just to show you that it is not about the child, it is about you maintaining control in someone's life. You make up stories, you make up lies, and you drag out serious legal situations, exploiting and trying to corner people to so that you can remain and have control in their lives, right? And as I said, I would rather walk a mile in a desert plain and eat sand than crawl back to none of them bozos who I call relatives or families or exes and say, be there for me or come back into my life or return. No, 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 no. Stay where y'all are. Stay where you are. Well, this is where I am at now. So, yeah, next court date, I guess. Unless, a lawyer comes forward and say, you know what, I'll take up that case for you. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then I'll say, okay, cool. Cool. Got rid of him. Yeah. Bye. Because some people, they don't want to be parents. They want the appearance that they're being a parent. Most of the times, especially in a narcissistic situation, it's the healthy parent that's carrying the majority of the weight. Let's face facts, it's the healthy parent. And then when the narcissist is beating down on the healthy one, it teaches the child that the healthy parent is trying to teach boundaries, to teach how to love themselves. It turns them toxic because you have a counter parenting dynamic going on where one parent is teaching the child one stuff and the other parent is teaching the child something else. It's confusion. It's confusion, and confusion is of the enemy. Therefore, you know that a narcissistic person in your life is of the enemy. You just got to remove yourself from that. I don't care who wants to say, oh, but you have to have two parents to grow a child. Not when both of them are not on the same level, right? The word says, how can two walk together unless they agree? You can't have one parent trying to kill the other parent because one parent is unhealthy and the other parent who is healthy trying to grow the child healthily is the one being attacked. That makes no sense. And you still keep them together just because you need two parents, and that makes no sense. It's better to have one healthy parent there for the child to grow the child healthily and remove the toxic one and let them go deal. Why should the healthy parent and the child who wants to grow healthy suffer because there's a toxic parent who still wants access but refuses to go and get the help that they need so that they can show up as a healthy parent also? Why should any child or any person in a relationship have to suffer because somebody refuses to go get some counseling and so that they can stop showing up toxic, stop showing up abusive, and actually show up as a healthy parent and a supportive spouse? It is the unhealthy parent that is doing everybody and themselves at this service, right? That's why when people come and they say, okay, oh, but it still has to be around. No, the hell, they're not. Especially if the person refuses to stop telling lies on you, to stop making up stories about you, and stop carrying your name to court. And all of these, right, can be proven, which means it is a really serious legal issue. But because he has child custody on top of it all, they are overlooking all these other things, which is really legal, serious crimes being spoken against him, that I am saying, like seriously. And if he has committed serious crimes, he needs to be locked up and in prison. Anyways, next time.